Hello?
Danye, this Liddy. Why y'all didn't pull up?
Yeah. What's her name? Liddy. Danye. They obviously are doing therapy in Atlanta, Georgia. Was that racist? I'm black, so I can say these things. TikTok reactions. My name is John Burt, licensed clinical social worker, and we are going to react to some TikToks. Let's get going.
Okay.
Nah, she's giving. Honestly, that's a pretty healthy response to being called out and told that you have some type of mental health problems you gotta address. She didn't cuss me out. She didn't yell at me. She just threw down a really good beat and kept it pushing with her day. So this person is probably in the middle of the healthy, unhealthy spectrum. So good for her. All right, let's see this next one. So you set a boundary with them, right? Look, part of the job of a therapist is to hold you accountable. One of the biggest struggles that people have is self-love. And one of the actions that really exemplifies someone who loves themselves is checking people and letting them know how to treat you and how not to treat you. So it's one of the big things. I know boundaries, it's an overused word, but it's honestly like one of the most important things you can learn to do in your life. So of course, we're gonna hold you accountable and make sure, you're checking those people in your life that need to be checked.
What does that look like?
What does that look like?
Give me some examples.
So with you,
No.
you remember that time you made that meatloaf and I was like, don't ever make this shit again.
Your mom made the meatloaf, not me.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, it wasn't meatloaf, it was pork chops. You remember that? You remember that one? I set a boundary. I said, don't you ever treat me like this. Don't you ever feed me this dog
It's
food.
like a real example.
Okay.
Gosh.
A real example. So what are boundaries? At the core of boundaries is letting someone know how you want to be treated and how you don't want to be treated. So it's not really about them. You're not trying to change a person's opinion of you or how they treat you, but you want to let them know, this is what I'm willing to accept and not accept. It has nothing to do with them. It has all to do with you, because if they cross that boundary, there's consequences, all right? I'm not saying you're going to beat their ass or you're going to, cut off the relationship, but if someone treats you a certain way that you don't want to be treated, then leave the relationship. Hold them accountable in the conversation. Just know that you're not going to put up with certain things. So you have to know yourself in order to really make an effective boundary. So that's a lot of the work that we do in therapy.
Like, I don't like the way you're talking to me. We'll talk later.
Yeah. When you make this joke, it actually really hurts my feelings because it's an insecurity of mine. Can you please stop it? So what does this do? Boundaries expose the healthiness of your relationship, because a healthy person is gonna hear you and they're gonna be shaped by your words, all right? And they're gonna be like, okay, I care about you and I don't wanna hurt your feelings. I'm not trying to do that. And thank you for letting me know and giving me the awareness that what I'm doing is hurting your feelings. Now, an unhealthy person is gonna be like, well, you're just being a little baby. Come on, that doesn't even hurt your feelings. They're gonna invalidate your feelings. So boundaries are a tool that expose the healthiness of your relationship with someone. And that's why they're so valuable. And that's why we hold you accountable in holding boundaries, because they will expose your relationships.
Tell me why. Fuck you. Get the fuck away from me. Yes, it does. Tell me why. I never wanna hear you say, fuck that cop anyway. Fuck you. Piece of shit. Tell me why.
POV me leaving therapy after my therapist whooped the people pleaser out. I'm loving the assertiveness, Elmo. That's some good therapy. That's a sign of a good therapist that is beating the shit out of that person's people pleaser and elevating that assertive bone, that assertive muscle that we all need from time to time. A little bit of an overcorrection, but we're making progress. Sometimes it's hard enough for people to open their mouths and defend themselves. I'll take this any day of the week. I hope you're not doing this out in the street. That's a different problem, and that can introduce other problems in your life. But car, listening to the Backstreet Boys, or is this NSYNC? I get them mixed up. You don't know? This is your childhood, boo. No, you were One Direction, right? Or like Justin Bieber.
Bieber.
Bieber? What'd I say?
Bieber.
That's his name, right?
Bieber with a B.
Okay, all right. Anyway, Elmo. Good shit, Elmo. Proud of you. This is one of my biggest fears as a therapist, and I try to kind of schedule around it, but I hate the awkwardness of when I'm walking a client out of my office and the other client's out there waiting, so then there's this awkward tension. Because of course, you know, every client wants to be their therapist's favorite client, and then some clients aren't even aware. They lose the awareness that you have one therapist, but your therapist has a lot of different clients. But just know, just understand, I want my client to understand. I want people in therapy to understand. That hour when it's just me and you, my life is dedicated, all right? You are the most important thing for that hour, all right? Nothing else matters, all right? Nothing else matters but you. But outside that hour, I don't know what to tell you. But you got me for that hour. I am your, I was gonna say slave, but it's a little awkward because I'm black, you know, and I don't want, let's just move on.
I mean, come on. I know you. You know you. And I know you know that I know you. I mean, come on. I know you.
Here's the thing. When therapy's really therapying, you get real close to your therapist and they know you. They know all the bullshit you try to pull. One of my goals as a therapist is to get so close to you. I want my relationship with you to be the most intimate relationship that you've ever experienced, all right? You know why? Because relationships expose you. So you get exposed to your therapist. Your therapist understands your craziness that you're bringing to the table, understands your trauma, understands you. And the beauty of that is that we get to call you out when we know that you're not acting in the way that you want to act and the standard that we've established between the two of us in our relationship. So, when you give me excuse, just know that this is a no bullshit zone and I'm gonna hold your ass accountable, all right? And that's what you're paying me to do, so you signed up for this.
Because she don't want me to go out and look good because I look better than her and she wanna sit there and try to compete with me. Bitch, you cannot compete with me. I'm a real bitch, you a dog. I'm the real bad bitch. Because she don't want me to go out and
Look, I love these types of clients. This is a woman who knows her worth and she is letting me know and she's letting that dog ass bitch know. I hear you, Letitia, all right? You let them know. I am proud of you, girl. You better know your worth. Nah, man, Gen Z, they got a different lingo, man, when they come to therapy. And I love it. I love every session with a Gen Zer. They bring it. That is a generation. I'm still figuring them out, but that is a generation.
Do you ever have to ask them what they mean by a word?
The last word that I had to understand was crash out. And so, yeah, I'm about to crash out. Because I thought crash out was just like, you know, like a subtle anger. But it means like, yo, mental breakdown. At least that's what I think. Like, bro, I crashed out. And like, when he says I crashed out, he was like fighting someone. So, yeah. I like their lingo, you know, it's cool. I'll use a little bit of it. Riz. I use it. I understand it.
Do you feel like millennials made up most of those words?
Oh, yeah.
Gen Z is taking
Oh, Gen Z,
credit?
their lingo can't compare to our
like,
lingo.
Take our words and pretend it was theirs.
Come on, man. Look, everything about Gen Z's is something millennials did, all right? Look, I love them. I care about them. But millennials walked so Gen Z could run. And they're sprinting with it. So I gotta give it to them. We set down the pavement. Okay. But it's just so much fun. It's just so much fun talking to Gen Z in therapy. They bring it. I'm a big fan of Gen Z and how they talk. Don't let adulthood change you guys. All right? You tell those dog-ass bitches the truth about themselves.
Each time when I come here,
I am abused. Each time when I come...
Listen, part of my job as a therapist is to drag you and to make you face the horrible shit that has happened in your life. And yes, it's gonna feel like abuse, but this is what you're paying me for. You signed up for this, and I'm just giving you your money's worth. I love this. Let me watch it one more time.
Shut up! I'm so fucking scared right now, you shut up! Are you doing this? No, I'm doing... Shut up! I'm so fucking scared right now, you shut up!
EMDR is some of the most intense shit that you will ever have to experience in therapy. So EMDR, eye movement reprocessing, hold on. I know this, EMDR, eye movement desensitization reprocessing. So this is used to help people who have trauma. So imagine your most traumatic memory. You know, sexual assault or a breakup or something really bad happened to you. And imagine having to relive that memory as you process it. I am dragging you to feel, to see, to experience the same exact feelings. And we're gonna break that memory down. We're gonna get all these different components of it. And we're going to make you feel exactly how you felt during that moment. Because it's trauma, it's trapped in your body. So what we do is take the top off that and we are letting that pain come out. So you're feeling exactly how you felt when you experienced that initial trauma, and we're working our way out. It's like processing a bruise, and we are kneading that thing out and we are trying to flatten it out to heal it. That's EMDR. And that's why you have such a traumatic reaction by this client, because that shit's intense.
Danye, this Liddy, why y'all didn't pull up?
Yeah. What's her name? Liddy. Danye. They obviously are doing therapy in Atlanta, Georgia. Was that racist? I'm black, so I can say these things. Please, 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 do not no-show or late cancel your therapist. It really grinds my gears, honestly. I'll act as if I'm okay, especially the first time, I understand, you know? But if you do this routinely, just know we're gonna have to have an awkward conversation because you obviously aren't considering my feelings, and that's very hurtful. And I can't let that stand because it's gonna ruin our relationship because I'm gonna secretly resent you. So, in order to avoid that, we gotta have an awkward conversation. I'm gonna talk to you. Is this how you're entering all your relationships with other people in your life? Do you not consider their feelings? You'll see this in therapy. How clients treat other people is how they'll treat you. And this is obviously someone who's struggling with a lack of empathy, who's not thinking about how their actions are impacting someone else. And that's something we have to address because it's affecting my relationship with them. So it's probably affecting their relationship with the people in their life outside of therapy. It's funny though, the way that she presented this is funny, but it just makes me mad when someone no-shows me. Then we have to have an awkward conversation about the no-show fee, you know, because I'm gonna get my money, you know what I'm saying? I ain't doing this for the money, but come on now. It's all around awkward. So please don't no-show your clients.
Lucky me!
Therapist, you've been through a lot of trauma, but it has made you stronger. This makes me, this makes me think about, there was a client, this was probably like 3 or 4 years ago when I was still like blossoming as a therapist. I told them, they went through a breakup and I said, this happened for a reason. Never saw him again. Never saw him again. People want to hear that shit. The hard thing that I went through happened for a reason.
What should you say to a client going through something like that?
A lot of people have been programmed to be this tough person, and you've been through a lot of trauma, but it's made you stronger. A lot of people don't want to have that identity anymore. Some people are tired of looking at their trauma and like just having to be strong with it. Some people want to lick their wounds and complain, and that's what therapy is for. It's a place that I want you to come, and I want you to complain. I love people who complain. Complain about your shit. You ain't gotta be strong here, all right? We're gonna explore different ways of strength. Part of that is complaining and bitching and moaning about the shit that's happened in your life and knowing that you're still gonna be loved, you're still gonna be accepted. You don't gotta be tough here. It's very annoying when your therapist says something like this. It can be, because they're just joining the chorus of other people who say the same exact things.
If you ever do couples therapy, here's
Nope.
a question.
Don't like couples. I hate couples therapy. Oh my God, I hate couples therapy. Next one.
I never found you funny. I never found you entertaining. I never found you smart. I just found you. I never found you funny. I never found you entertaining. I never found you.
Why is it pausing? What the fuck?
Just one tap.
You act like I'm an old man.
You're acting like an old man.
The mark of a good therapeutic relationship is when your client is comfortable enough with you to be an asshole. There's a saying that when your client starts to rebel, that's when they're really growing in therapy, and we're starting to see this. Also, some clients suck at taking feedback, and when you give it to them in a haphazard way, you might trigger them and they'll cut you as deep as what you said cut them. And again, that's just grist in the mill of therapy and something you can work with. Has this ever happened to me? Have I had a client insult me? Yeah, I have. Yes, it's happened. It's happened to me, but it's all love. It's all part of the therapeutic game.
It's a fugazi, it's a wazi, it's a woozy, it's a fairy dust. It doesn't exist. It's never landed. It is no matter. It's not on the elemental chart. It's not fucking real, right? It's a fugazi, it's...
You guys don't understand. When you learn EMDR, it changes your whole perspective, and you realize that the therapy you were doing before was whack, and you feel like you should give refunds to your clients because this is some real ass therapy and you're getting to the root of someone's trauma. And then you gotta explain it to them, and then you just learned all this shit. You really don't understand exactly what you're talking about quite yet, but you felt it in training. I feel like this is how Black clients are when I'm trying to explain EMDR to them. You're doing what to me? You're making me feel the worst moments of my life, John? No. You should see their look. They're like, what's bro talking about? That's that white man therapy that you... That's the white man's therapy you're trying to put on. You doing what? What's this Jedi mind shit that you got me doing, John? Bilateral stimulation? No, sirree, we gonna talk this out. I'm trying to be like, no, trust me. I tried it myself. The white man's therapy.
Take a look around. Do you see her anywhere? News flash. You're not gonna. Take a look around.
I am the most useless piece of shit after therapy. It beats the hell out of me. Don't ask me to talk to you, all right? I used all my daily empathy already. I had 5 sessions. I was already kind of down to 0 at 3.5, all right? So it was just instinct at that point for those last 5, or that last session. Don't tell my clients that. Therapists, see, we don't get a lot of respect, You think talking to someone about their problems is easy, A lot of people think that, but that shit, it burns calories. I know a lot of therapists are fat, but it burns calories. We just had to...
JJ, don't say that.
Okay. But no, after therapy, I am of no use. I am tired, and I'm running on fumes at that point, so you're not gonna get a lot out of me. Yo, this person's about to kill himself. These are all signs that someone is maybe plotting their own suicide. This is kind of dark, don't you think?
Why did you laugh? So restart that.
Because I'm not laughing at, look, when you become a therapist, your sense of humor gets very dark and deprived. I'm not gonna front. So these are all clear signs of someone thinking about committing suicide. A lot of times the thought or the plan of putting suicide in place is a relief for people. One thing you want to keep in mind when a client is showing rapid signs of improvement and they're struggling with depression and they previously talked about suicide is that when these feelings aren't earned with the hard work in therapy and it just suddenly happens, that these are good signs that they might be considering suicide and they have a plan and there's been relief that comes with that plan. So yeah, you gotta do something, girl. And I think that's why you see the concerned look on her face at the end of this video. All right, that is enough TikTok for me today. So I enjoyed reacting to therapy TikToks, you guys. If you guys enjoy it, leave a comment. Let me know what part was your favorite. If you want me to keep reacting to TikToks and doing other reaction videos, they're enjoyable, they're easy, they're light, they're fun, and somewhat educational. So if you guys enjoyed this reaction video, watch my memes, my therapy memes video right here. I'll see you guys in the next session. God bless.